Game, the Orange playing a Division II school from across town, Lemoyne College. Jarrett Miles. So look out your Division II right here. Dolphins up 2, 7 minutes to go. 1 minute to go now. They're up 3. Damani Corbin throwing it up for Lawrence Alperagan, and the Dolphins up 5. Just under 50 seconds left off the inbounds play. Corbin with a basketball pass, baseball pass from the basketball court to Kevin Roth. Dolphins back up 5. Just over 30 seconds to go. Dolphins up 2. Roth not able to hit. Syracuse going the other way. Wesley Johnson will finish it with a three-pointer. He had 34 points. He finished that possession, but not the game. The Orange up 1, but Lemoyne just wouldn't go away. Just under 10 seconds to go. Christopher Johnson from way out there. Bang, bang, bang. He had 17 of his 22 in the second half. Orange come right back. Wesley Johnson for 3. That's not going to go, and Lemoyne pulls a shocker over Syracuse, 82-79, and Alperagan gets to speak for his team.
Technically, the game doesn't count, but is there a bigger win?
No, not at all. I never had a bigger win at all.
Congratulations.
No exhibition, but I'm happy. I'm speechless. I'm glad we could win, especially in the dome.
All right, a little bit about the Dolphins. Lemoyne, again, a Division II school just 3 miles away from the Carrier Dome, so these kids run into each other when they're not playing ball. Dolphins picked to finish 4th in the Northeast 10 Conference. One of Lemoyne's most notable sports alumni is Tom Browning, who won a World Series and threw a perfect game with the Reds.
Start to a Tar Heel season ever, and it came with the fanfare of the new coach on the other bench.
What are you going to say around 6:35 Monday night inside that locker room? Do you know yet what the pregame will be?
God help us all.
Well, at least he's got a sense of humor. North Carolina defending national champion, but they lost 4 starters. We start with Ty Lawson, first-round pick of the Nuggets, and replacing him at point guard, sophomore Larry Drew. Goes coast to coast, and then Drew to Deion Thompson. Drew had 7 points, 6 assists, 2 turnovers in 21 minutes. How about replacing Wayne Ellington, first-round pick of the Timberwolves? Well, you got to replace his range. Drew hits the 3 right there, and then Marcus Ginyard, one of the other 2 fellas back. He hits the 3. North Carolina, though, just 4 of 13 from the 3. What about Danny Green? How are you going to replace him? He went to the Cavaliers in the second round. Well, Ginyard's going to try and replace him down low, and then he says, how do you like this replacement here? He had 12 points and 4 rebounds. And then how do you replace Tyler Hansbrough, first-round pick of the Pacers? Well, Thompson, the top returning scorer from last season, says here's one way you replace him. Get something going in the open court off the steal. And then Ed Davis, he had a double-double, 13 and 11. Thompson, 7 of 11 from the field, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 3 steals. The team shoots 56%. North Carolina just too big. 88-72, your final. Isaiah afterwards.
7 other coaches had reached before him. The Orange taking on Albany. Early first half, Syracuse up 5. They get the rip, and check it out. 3 Syracuse players start running out on the fast break. Arinze Oniaku with a big finish. He led the Orange with 14 points. Remember, they replaced Johnny Flynn, Paul Harris, and Eric Devendorst. Later, a 9-point game. Wesley Johnson gets the rebound. Chris Joseph starts to run out. He'll finish, and Syracuse is up 11. Later in the half, Syracuse up 8. Andy Routens didn't score in this game, but he gets a steal there. Chris Joseph will take off down the court, and Scoop Jardine finds him. Syracuse 19 points off 20 first-half turnovers. They forced 32 turnovers in all, and they led by 18 at the break. Remember, the second half, they had all those problems against Lemoyne. Routens comes down on the defender's foot, rolls the ankle, leaves and didn't return. But no problems for the Orange this time. Wesley Johnson makes a poster. Albany coach Will Brown said his team came out like a deer in the headlights, and Coach Boeheim gets number, giving North Carolina Central a game, a nice check, and then a beating in Chapel Hill. First half, Tar Heels up 11. Tyler Zeller. Heels made a 21-0 run. That'll help you win. They're up 13 at that point. Second half, they're up 31. C.J. Wilkerson goes up. Zeller with the block. Tar Heels at 8 blocks. Central shot 26%. Marcus Ginyard, the senior, healthy this season, and putting that one down. How about some range? Outside Jay working. Carolina up 40. Ginyard matched his career high. He had 17 points. He shot 7 of 10 from the floor, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. North Carolina wins it by 47, 89-42.
Robert Morris is one of just 2 men to sign the Declaration of Independence, the Articles of Confederation, and the U.S. Constitution. The university named after him getting a basketball lesson at Syracuse. Wesley Johnson. That's a TPN top play nominee if you're new to the program. Scoop Jardine to Johnson. Johnson 15 points, Jardine 9 assists. Syracuse going to run away with this. And how about Andy Routens? Okay, 0 for 6 in that last game, hurt his ankle. He goes 7 of 10 from 3. He already shares the school record with 9 threes. Syracuse 13 of 26 from the 3. Routens has 22. 100-60 your final. Well, Ohio State's going to get North Carolina next Thursday. At James Madison on this here Thursday. Evan Turner, he had a heck of a game against Alcorn State. Second player in Ohio State history to record a triple-double. So let's check him out. Moving without the basketball. Turner got the spot shadow. Look at him. Working. Always keep moving. Because good things will happen. Good player. Then coast to coast here. Grabbing the rebound and immediately on the offensive. Eyes forward, looking for space. Splits the defenders. Jams. What kind of shooter is he from the outside? Money. Ohio State was at 9 at the break, and then you need a little low post in your game, and Turner on the low block. Back down, and Ohio State a 72-44 winner. Turner, 24 points, 17.
Pac-10 champs, Washington, number 13 in the nation, facing Wright State for the first time. Isaiah Thomas. Let's take a closer look. It's Isaiah with 2 A's. How about the Pac-10 Freshman of the Year? Led the Huskies with over 15 points per game last season. And he's named Isaiah because his father, a huge Lakers fan, lost a bet back in '89 in the NBA Finals between the Lakers and Pistons. Early in the first half, Thomas seeing the wide-open lane, and he attacks. Huskies up by 2. Then Thomas in transition. You want to talk about quick move? Oh, yeah. All by himself and one. He had a career-high 30 points. This part of an 11-0 run led by Thomas. Second half, UW up by 8. Quincy Pondexter with the defense, creating instant offense. Going in all the way. Washington holds on to open up the season with a win, 74-69.
Like it could be a real down year for North Carolina. Sure, they're the defending champs, but they're only ranked 4th in the early polls. Valparaiso neither 3rd nor 5th, but playing just fine. Ryan Brokoff got it for 3. UNC at half led by only 7. They did take control, however, after intermission. Deion Thompson puts UNC at 22. 16 of Thompson's team-high 20 came in the second half. Valpo, though, they kept slicing into that lead. Brandon Wood gets it back down to 10. He finished with 30, but Larry Drew, he's open. Look at him fling it. UNC takes it 88-77. Next up for them, Ohio State. Jay Billis, all access with Roy Williams' squad.
This game, a rematch of the 2008 title game. Kansas eyeing a return trip to the title game this year with their top 9 players back from last year's Sweet 16 team, and that includes Cole Aldridge. They get it to him inside, and he knows what to do with it. Later in the first, Marcus Morris can't hit the jump hook, but there's Aldridge to clean it up. Kansas up by 3. He had 8 points in the first half, but Bill Self wanted more from him.
Our offense stinks, and such a lack of poise, and a lot of that's Memphis because they sped us up. I mean, they're really quick, but we were trying to score on the first side and didn't even give Cole a chance to play a lot of times.
Well, as Dick Vitale said during the broadcast, hard to find a coach who'll say his team is great in November, but Kansas looks pretty good. So does Aldridge. Jayhawks up 5 after the alley-oop dunk. Then Sherron Collins. He leaves it for Aldridge. And Kansas up 5. Collins had just 12 points. He shot 5 for 7, but he feeds his man right there. But Memphis wouldn't go away. Down 5. Willie Kemp drives, dishes it to Daniel Mack. How about 3 to cut it to 2? After a goaltending call on Memphis, they're down 4. But Elliot Williams, the Duke transfer from Memphis, went home because his mom was ill. Memphis cuts the lead to 1. He had 21 points. Sherron Collins made 1 or 2 free throws, put Kansas up 2. Last chance for the Tigers. Williams got a look, but he couldn't hit it. Kansas escapes. They beat Memphis 57-55. Dick Vitale now on a Kansas team looking to go the distance this season.
Champion runners-up against America's team on Sparty's home court. They've won 40 consecutive home games against the non-conference, but Gonzaga led by 13 in the first half. Both teams' veteran backcourts. Kalen Lucas shot fake. Matt Bolden by him. Lucas the three, an 11-2 run. Michigan State ties it, then they took their first lead since 2-0. Gonzaga guards. Stephen Gray into the lane, back to Matty Bolden. He completes the 4-point play. Zags by 5. Darrell Summers feeding off the home crowd and getting the home roll. Zags just 4 of 18 from the three, though, and Summers, he gets the three to fall right there. He was 8 of 9, had 21 points, career high 11 rebounds. Under 2 minutes to go, Gonzaga down 4. Gray in the lane. Gonzaga now down 2. Lucas in the lane. Spartans up 3. Now under 27 seconds to go. Gonzaga. Gray. 3. Rebound back out to Gray. He went 1 for 8 from 3. And that's not the one. And Gonzaga needed that to be the one. Spartans 75-71. They punched us in the mouth early. That's what Coach Izzo said. His team got off the mat and came back and get it done. Ugly game, but memorable finish. Georgetown and Temple. Hoya's 20th rank. Under 5 minutes to go, game tied. Lavoy Allen, one man gathers. One another man spills. And the foul. He'd missed the free throw, though. Temple up 2. Under 40 seconds to go, Georgetown down 1. Chris Wright, 3 off iron. Temple the rebound. They missed the front end of a 1-on-1 after getting fouled. Georgetown, 10 seconds left. Greg Monroe, yes. Georgetown up 1 with about 7 seconds left. Here comes Temple. The Owls. Will they give a hoot or will they get the boot? Luis Guzman. Tied up by Monroe. Jump ball called. Georgetown regains possession, and they hold on for the 1-point win. Rick Pitino, 10-1 when coaching against a former player. Tuesday, his Louisville club faced John Pelfrey and Arkansas. Woohoo! Pig Suey! First half, Louisville up 6. Edgar Sosa. Has he been there forever, or is it just me?
Yeah, he's just one of those 8-year guys.
Jared Swabshire, like Bolden at Gonzaga. Coach Bobby Knight, break down Louisville's 3-point success.
Louisville moves the ball from one side to the other. They bring it back out of the corner. They're going to look inside to the postman, which is good. He makes a move, gets it out. They're really making the zone work with a lot of a shot fake and a pass, and the zone can't recover. And that's the kind of 3-point shot you want to see taken.
Louisville up 17 at the break, second half. Peyton Siva. Crossover. Oh, fundamentally sound. And fancy, too. That's a TPN, top play nominee if you're new to the program. Coach beats the former player, Louisville, 96-66.
More from the NIT season tip-off from Connecticut. Hofstra in town to visit UConn. House of Horrors for non-conference opponents. UConn 60-4 all-time at Gamble against non-conference opponents. But Charles Jenkins says, you know what? So what? He had 25 points and Hofstra up 2. Later second half, they're up 6. Cornelius Vines open for 3 and banging that one. Hofstra up 9, part of a 19-4 second half run. You know who else went to Hofstra?
Stephen Oling.
Yes, Stephen Oling, yeah, and Marcus Colston. Thank you for that. Jerome Dyson lobs it up for Stanley Robinson, who puts it down, and UConn takes lead, and then here comes Dyson again. He had 15 of his 23 in the final 7 minutes, and he also made a key play on defense, too. Next Hofstra possession. Dyson able to take the charge, and again, 23 points for him, and UConn wins it by 9. They've been tested early.
Line and raise you Butler Northwestern, okay?
All right.
Bulldogs 10th ranked. That's Brad Stevens. He's the Butler coach. Second half, Butler. They forced 16 turnovers in this game. Zach Hahn, the steal, dishes to Shelvin Mack. He's going to go to Gordon Hayward, who's in the corner. I'm in the corner! Hayward knocks down the 3, and Butler up 18. We'll keep it in the second half, because otherwise the highlight would be done. Willie Beasley intercepts. High percentage shot. And then Mack with another interception. Stan and I don't work Saturdays, so don't get to do a lot of college football, so it's nice to say interception. Hayward, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Butler, 60 in North Carolina and Ohio State at the Garden. You're not changing the channel. And how about this? You're not changing the channel. Ty Lawson Former championship Tar Heel. He's in our house. He's going to join us for top plays. That's John Henson at MSG. And then Larry Drew finds Tyler Zeller. And Tar Heels up 9 after the freebie. And Marcus Ginyard, one of the fellas remember from Ty's championship team, the 3 from the corner. And North Carolina's up 14 at the half. Halftime entertainment at the Garden. Dick Vitale. One shot ain't enough, Jack. You better make it 3.
Yeah, good form.
Hey, you know what? It beats watching the Knicks. UNC led by 18 in the second half.
I'm throwing the flag on that.
No, you can't. They have, what, 2 wins? Ed Davis comes down with the rebound, and Evan Turner took it away. He had 23. Deon Thompson kicking it out to Drew. He buries the 3. Deon had 15, by the way, and then Ginyard comes up with the steal, and he finds Ed Davis, and that is high percentage. North Carolina's going to win at 77-73. That's 44 straight regular season wins against non-conference foes.
All right, matchup of ranked teams. Number 24, Syracuse, taking on number 12, Cal. Semis of the 2K Sports Classic. Scoop Jardine with the crossover. And the dish to Rick Jackson. And the Cuse up 4. That was nifty. Later first half, Cal down 4. The Cuse defense stepping it up. Arinze Onuaku rinsing that one away. Wesley Johnson with a second block. Jardine at the other end. Cuse blocked 9 shots in the game. They led by 11 at the half. Second half, Cuse up 10. Pounding the ball inside. Onuaku with a little lefty jump hook. Bob Knight on the key to this play.
And that's where Cal has got to drop back in and jam him up so he has to throw it back out. You let those big kids put the ball on the floor, they're going to either get to the free throw line or they're going to get a good attempt at a bucket.
They put the ball in the basket, too. Wesley Johnson open for 3. Bang, bang, bang. He had 17 points, 11 rebounds. Cuse up 15. They made a 15-4 second half run. And then Patrick Christopher can't convert on the alley-oop. Fast break the other way. Jardine is there to clean it all up. He had a career-high 22, and Syracuse wins big, 95-73.
In state, John Calipari, how are the vocal cords? First quarter, Kentucky up 13, but not playing a lot of defense. Preston Brown for the 3. Coach Calipari, timeout! And right now you're hoping that you're hoping his mouthwash is cutting it if you're a Kentucky player. Corey Allman, 3 ball. Calipari, timeout! No urgency defensively. None. That's what he said afterwards. One coach said of one of the players said of the coach's tirade on a scale of 1 to 10, it was a 10. John Wall all over Allman, and Allman still at 3. And Calipari's having kittens on the sideline. Kentucky's up by 11 at the half, but they gave up 12 threes in the first half. Remember, they gave up to 15 in Miami, Ohio game. Justin Crow hits the 3. This club went 18 of 38 from 3, and coach in Darius Miller's face, will you play some defense? Allman, 11 3-pointers, a Rupp Arena record. Old record, Tony Delk, 9. But you know what? In the paint, DeMarcus Cousins was too big. 27 points, 18 rebounds. Kentucky wins 102-92.
Lawson's sitting right next to me right now. He's going to be with us in just a minute. First, we got George Mason of Villanova. Ryan Pearson into the lane. He draws a foul, gets the layup. Pearson missed the free throw. Patriots up 1. Luke Hancock reversing it. And George Mason up by 3. They went back and forth. Under a minute to go. Villanova down by 4. Malik Waynes, 3-ball will cut it to 1. After George Mason free throw, Villanova down by 2. Scotty Reynolds drives, kicks it back out to Isaiah Armwood. His only bucket of the game, but it was huge. Wildcats take a 1-point lead. Last possession for George Mason. They never get a shot off. Villanova survives a scare, but they win it 69-68.
All right, I'm going to see your Nova Mason raise you Dayton at Georgia Tech. Both teams ranked. Second half, Yellow Jackets are up by 4. This is Eamon Shumpert. Steal. You know the deal. He had 9 points for Tech. Under 5 minutes to play, 5-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. Zachary Peacock, one man gathers what another man spills. Yellow Jackets up 7. Chris Johnson, he had 19, made 4 threes. Dayton within 2, but now Dayton down 1, under a minute to play. And Paul Williams, ice water. Dayton gonna win it 63-59. They outscore them 13-2 in the final 4 plays.
15th ranked Ohio State. It's the consolation game of the 2K Sports Classic, benefiting Coaches Against Cancer. Ohio State forward Dallas Lauderdale building a fort with a block. Coach Bob Knight on Lauderdale's defensive presence in this game.
Lauderdale is a dominating factor around the basket defensively. Basically took away any inside game that Cal had, either through the drive or through post play.
Lauderdale finished with 7 blocks. Second half, in transition, the Buckeyes Evan Turner to William Buford. 4 starters scoring in double figures for the Buckeyes. Cal would respond. Jerome Randall, 6 of 12 from three-point range. Cut the lead to 15. Later in the second half, off the Buckeyes turnover, Cal in transition. Randall stops, and he will just bury another 3. Randall leading Cal with 26 points. Ohio State trying to hold off the Bears. Buckeyes up 8 under 2 minutes to play. Evan Turner imposing his will. He finished with 26 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists. Ohio State takes 3rd place in the Coaches Against Cancer Classic.
It's the first meeting between coaching Lions, Boeheim, and Williams since the 2003 NCAA title game. The Orange won that one over KU. This one, the finals, the Coaches versus Cancer Classic. And at the buzzer there in the first half, Ed Davis takes the alley-oop. Carolina by 2, 39-37. Second half, much different. UNC down a bucket. Marcus Ginyard for the lead. No, that's an air ball. We go the other way. Andy Routens, little head fake. Oh, the one dribble, the shoot. Got to get it. Syracuse 6-zip run to start the half. But wait, there would be more. Ginyard, little runner off the glass, won't go. Arinze Onuaku finishes the dunk on the other end. 10-1 run for the Orange. And stay with me, they're just getting started. John Henson then, the freshman, not the wipeout guy, misses the 3. Tyler Zeller the rebound. Stolen by Syracuse. On the other end, Brandon Trish, layup and the harm. 15-1 is the run. And there's still more. 8th minute of the second half, Wesley Johnson knocks down the 3 from the top. Timeout UNC. It's a 20-1 run for Syracuse. Game's all but over, but the Syracuse surge goes into a 9th minute. Chris Joseph buries the triple. Syracuse starts the second half, a 25-3 run. They lead 62-42. Andy Routens, that's for 3. Now we're just trying to run the clock here. Syracuse goes back up 15. UNC, they're just getting housed in this one, the defending national champs. Dexter Strickland turns it over. Routens, Chris Joseph, that's easy. Syracuse outscores UNC 50-32 in the second half. Win it easily. So that 21 run, though, seemed to do the trick.
We found a good college hoop game in Puerto Rico. Number 21, Dayton facing 6th-ranked Villanova. There's head coach Jay Wright. Second half, Villanova up by 15. Taylor King, 14 points, 9 boards. Villanova led by 18 with 14 minutes to go. Dayton rallying. Luke Fabricius led that rally, scoring 9 of his 16 in the second half. Fabricius again with a 3 for Fabricius. Under a minute left. Dayton still down 4. Chris Johnson can't find it, but he's going to get his own rebound, and he misses it again. So Villanova hangs on for the 71-65 win. Dayton's 11-game win streak in November ends.
Michigan State, Toledo at the Breslin Center. Sparty without Raymar Morgan. Opening tip-off, it's okay. Kalen Lucas found Darrell Summers, and 6 seconds in, the Toledo shutout is gone. And to make matters worse, Jake Barnett, yeah, that's him, and then that ball right in the kisser. Ouch. Later in the half, Spartans up 23-12. Corey Lucius from 3, no, but Delvin Rowe is right there to throw it down. Spartans up 37-30 at the half. Now, Toledo went up on a 16-8 run to close the half, but didn't score the first 5 minutes of the second. Lucas did. Spartans up at that point by 18. 6 minutes to go. Chris Allen, long 3. He finished with 14. State wins at 75-62. Their 42nd straight non-conference home win.
Dayton, they're dealing with K-State. Second half, Dayton's down 6 in this one. Wright. Oh! He had 15. Dayton within 4. Denny Clemente, deep. He had 21. K-State goes up 66-57. Later in the half, a rare jump ball. Jamar Samuels, get off of him. K-State wins at 83-75. They took 44 free throws. They made 27. Dayton took only 27. There's Bruce Pearl. All his teams have done so far is outscore 3 opponents by 47 a game. It's the jam. Okay, Scotty Hobson.
You're steal that time by Cotton.
Well, we'll figure it out. There you go. He got jammed as well in the game. He only scored 4 points, but when he scored those 4, he was throwing it down. There's his second field goal. All right, it's 21-17 Tennessee. Cameron Tatum, you go along and I'll find you. Wayne Chisholm 13 points, 8 boards. The rim. Oh, John, I believe we have a screw loose. Yes, we do. Chisholm's jam rocked things. How many minutes does it take to fix a screw in a rim? 12. Second half, 53-49. Chisholm, the jumper. Tyler Smith, 2 free throws with 13.7 to go. That's the difference.